Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not.
Oh, that's for certain.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
I'm doing just fine, Aunt.
Just fine. It's another
Peachy.
day. It's something about her, which I wonder if it looks like that because all of it was inside the sandwich shop in this episode. I mean, the awning, the poles, everything. Wouldn't you think when they took it down, somebody took it away? It made
I
no
have a
sense.
question.
Yeah.
How is I just want to know when someone's gonna say, how is a boutique sandwich shop gonna survive in West Hollywood?
I have no idea.
Maybe
None at all.
catering? They're gonna have to
Because
have a good catering
they're
business.
making too many rookie mistakes too. I mean, with permits and not knowing
I
about
don't believe the
all that
permits.
stuff. Oh, you
Permits,
don't? Oh.
funding. Permits, funding.
Mm,
The city's an easy
maybe.
target to blame things on. Low hanging fruit is what people blame things on usually in their lives, is
Oh,
when
yeah.
there's easy targets.
Yeah, you're right. You're
And the
right.
city's a very easy one.
It is opening soon though.
They said last night on Watch What Happens Live that it's opening on May 22nd, 3 weeks
Oh my
from
God.
today.
Wouldn't you love to be the first person in line for a sandwich?
I mean, you'd still be, there's been 4 tastings on national television.
Tell me, how long would you camp out in front of the store beforehand to be first? I think I would do overnight. Like I would go at about after, when the sun was down a little bit and I'd get a lawn chair and sit right there. I would overnight to be the first one at 11:30 to get a sandwich.
Yeah, I guess.
I guess you wouldn't.
I mean, I just think that they have done a pretty wide tasting because even the most recent one they did with Lisa, that's the version of the sandwich once you take it to the beach because it traveled all the way down the street to get over to the other
Mm,
restaurant, probably had some bugs fly into it. So
the
the way
whole
that that
bit.
tasted is kind of how it is on like a beach day when you go get the sandwich and then you bring it to the ocean 20 minutes away. That's kind of the experience that Lisa had. So they're really checking they're going through all the different scenarios of how you buy a sandwich.
Yes, but I do want to say, so it's been announced that Pump will not be filming this summer is when it does film.
Mm.
Now, thinking about that, so we're going to miss the opening of Something About Her.
No, they'll film that.
We're going to miss Scheana Shay moving to the Valley. We're going to miss Lala moving to the
They've
Valley.
already moved.
We're going to miss Lala giving birth because we can't.
No.
Yeah, these are all the things they're going to miss. That's a lot of things we're going to miss.
I think that, yeah, but you say summer. Like, I think, when did Lala's due and when?
Well, she's like 6 months pregnant, so
They'll,
eh,
they'll film these big moments. They just won't be
I
filming
hope so because I've got to see
consistently.
Lala have that baby, and I want to see Brock move to the Valley and start banging one of those women out there.
They should just have 2 shows like between the Valley and Vanderpump and call one like the messiest and the other one called messy. And then they can just move people back and forth, like depending
Well, I
on their
told you they
behavior
almost
and their
need like a
action.
lot of crossovers. You know what
And
I
it'll be
mean?
like Lisa can be like, Jax, you're too messy this month. You're going to the messiest cast and then ship them over there and be like,
Maybe that's
oh,
it.
James, you're doing well. You can move over to messy.
Yeah. Now, do you think Kyle Chan actually has a jewelry store, or does he know somebody with a jewelry store that they filmed in?
I think they needed to find a mutual friend that all of them would support to put them all in the same room to cause a fight.
No, there you go. Because I kept on thinking, okay, what's the purpose? It didn't say it was his jewelry store. It was just sort of funny. It was like a place they're finding now because they used to have these conversations at Sir. That's what's missing in the show right now. Until recently, we were still in Sir, and they were hitting each other and making comments as they punched in.
They've been at Tom Tom a ton this season.
Yeah. But no. We're missing working at Sir.
That's what it is.
That's what it is. We're missing Tom behind the bar, Ariana behind the bar, Scheana serving, water.
That's why I think that they're gonna do like you said before that that we think that because Ariana's filming Love Island, Drop in the
Right.
comments what network Love Island is on. Aunt and I are too lazy to find out.
To look, we
So
don't know
we
what.
think it might be Netflix, something like that. But what I'll say is that they might just be doing a look at kind of, because James and Allie, even though they live on the runway, they
Literally, and not
are
Project
technically in the
Runway.
no. They're technically still in the valley too. So like
Oh,
they're already there. So they just might be making this more like natural kind of transition to the
transition.
valley. And even like they may
Oh,
then get rid of some of the current valley cast members that
and
maybe don't make
bring
the cut,
in
bring in ones that they know
maybe
are good.
maybe they're going to rework Pump Rules because there is a little stagnation there,
That's what I'm
and the
thinking.
Valley, which isn't hitting, and maybe they're going to try to merge the two in
This
a
might have been a
way.
plan too, like to say, let's
It
bring the
might have been.
valley. Let's bring the valley with Kristen and Jax, put other couples around them, see who has good reality TV,
I guess one couple's already
pizzazz,
divorced.
pizzazz, and
Yeah.
then from there, bring back all the Vanderpump people the season after Scandival, because you're going to get the viewers. But then they may have thought, but it's going to get old. Ariana and Tom won't film together. And so I have a feeling that maybe what they do is that they bring Ariana, if she wants, if she's not too busy, to the valley. Maybe
Okay.
Dan moves there. You never know.
Well,
The
Dan could
valley.
join Jan. Well, we're gonna get to Dan.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's wait on Dan
But what
because I
I'm
got a
saying is
lot
that,
to
and
say
then
about
they
Dan
keep the juveniles, Tom and Tom. They move in
in West
together.
Charlotte. Yeah. Oh,
They
that
stay
would be
on
good.
Vanderpump Rules because they are going to be more present at Schwartz and Sandy's. And then they
These
probably have some
Tom
workers at
Tom.
Schwartz and Sandy's, some workers at Tom Tom, some workers at Sir. And then that's the new young cast of Vanderpump Rules, similar to how they keep Leva around for Southern Hospitality on
Yeah.
Southern Charm. And I think that's their natural way of bringing in a new cast by keeping a few of the
Hmm.
cast of characters. They brought a couple. It's the same way that they did with the Valley, but they're kind of doing
Well,
it the opposite.
and in a way they did in a lot of instances with Beverly Hills and Vanderpump Rules when it started.
Exactly.
Yeah, same type of thing. Now, tell me, uh, uh, Tom's crying, talking about his friend Kyle.
I love that
When
guy.
when you got sober,
Mm-hmm.
you cried a lot also.
About myself.
No, well, you cried. It could be anything. You cried almost every day, you said.
I cry every day these days, but it's not about my sobriety or about anyone else.
Okay, so you're still and did you cry before you were sober?
You're thinking there's a connection there. There's not.
No, I'm
Oh,
asking if what I'm asking is if Tom's suddenly crying all the time and he's sober because he was still sober on that boat ride from hell. And I'm wondering if your emotions were deadened before by the alcohol and now you feel so much more of everything.
you're you are like so smart. You're like a
Oh,
genius.
I'm asking, is that true?
No shit. Of
Oh,
course.
okay. I don't know.
Is
I'm
the
not
Pope Catholic? Come on.
I don't know. There's some debate on that, is all I'm
Maybe
going to
not the best
say.
analogy.
Yeah. Okay. So all of a sudden you feel, so is this why he's crying, is what I'm saying?
I mean, you're my godmother. I tell
Yeah.
you that I cry, but it's not like I'm walking down the street sobbing. I
No,
mean,
no. Well, he's
he's
not walking
sitting
down the
behind an
street.
interview chair
Yeah,
showing the
yeah,
world
yeah,
he's
yeah.
crying.
I
I
understand
cry
that.
like when I see like one of like the military members come home videos on
Oh, I know.
TikTok.
Well, how can you
Or
not
like, oh no,
cry?
my thing has been I cry when I watch the videos of the college football players getting the call that they're getting drafted.
Oh, there you go. That doesn't, I'm happy
But
for
that's just
them.
because I get emotional now over just
I
natural
cry when
human
the service
emotion.
members all of a sudden walk into the kids'
Yeah,
lunchroom
like
and the kid falls on the ground. How can you not? They miss their dad. I
and the
mean,
music and the way they edit it on
yeah,
TikTok
it's
reels,
just
it's like,
brilliant. It
whatever.
really is. Whenever I see that, I think so too.
So Tom, I do believe he has freed himself to feel that he can be emotional, but I also think that I mean, I think it's real, but I don't know if it's because of the same reason. I think that like I cry these days over transformative events.
Okay.
Things that just like happened that maybe someone didn't think was going to happen, that they didn't think was possible, like miracles in a way, or just like magical moments. Tom's crying because he had no friends, and he's probably
He has
thinking back to that time
Kyle.
because he had Kyle.
Goodbye, Kyle. Once he's done
Exactly.
with them, it will be goodbye, Kyle. Probably. Who
See, if I
knows?
was at that party when I would get there or when I would leave, do you know what I would say? I'd go, "Goodbye, Kyle." Like, and that would go viral and they would show that.
Yeah,
Like,
they would. It would be funny. It would be funny. I think it is funny,
I'm
actually.
waiting
So
for the Bravo cast member that starts to quote other Bravo talent because they will they don't they probably think that's breaking the fourth wall, but I actually think that Bravo universe is waiting for it. Like, I can't wait for like a random housewife to be like, "You prostitution whore."
now tell me, with Ariana, can she give any more side eyes?
I actually think she did okay in that moment. Lala
What?
and Scheana were literally having a conversation across the table, and Scheana literally said
I'm
without
talking
missing a
about the
beat,
birthday party. Her birthday party, Lala's birthday party. That was kind of an interesting spot, wasn't it? With
"Oh,
the
yeah.
burlesque
Oh, yeah," but what I'm saying is
dances
Scheana
and
said
the
to
whole bit.
it
Now,
was weird.
Brock, yeah, no, I thought it was kind of cool. I would actually go to a place like that and quite enjoy it.
Yeah, yeah, it would have been fun, but I actually think Ariana for the first time, I thought that she actually handled the extremely insensitive conversation that Scheana was having in front of Ariana. I'm not saying that Ariana should watch it back and have a problem with it, but in front of her, you say to Lala, "I just miss him."
I
Like,
miss
that's
him.
probably not the thing to say in front of your best friend
Friend.
who like, he cheated on now, I'm not saying that she should also hold on to the fact that you can't miss him, but I think
Right.
that's where you have to kind of, like, know your audience, like, that wasn't a private moment with Lala, and then Lala had the same natural to be like, "Yeah, I get it," and Ariana, I will say, she gave side eye, she gave a look, but she
Yeah.
did also say, like I think Scheana said something along the lines of, like, "I just don't want there to be, like, tension and this, that," and Ariana was like, "Yeah, yeah." Like, I mean, like, you can see that Ariana's turning a little bit of a corner now. Is that natural? Is that real? Is that Dan who we'll talk about? Or is that because she wants to keep her
Dan.
paycheck?
Dan. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, well, they all want to keep their paycheck because obviously they live hand to mouth.
I mean, we've all heard the rumors of the forthcoming New Jersey season and how
Oh,
Andy
New
Cohen went on
Jersey.
record a couple months ago after it was done filming and saying, "The Real Housewives of New Jersey cannot sustain itself this way.
Oh,
So
yeah.
something's gonna have to give." And I think that was a wake-up call for because I don't think something will give. Teresa and Melissa are older, they've gone through too much. They'll be actually fine
They're
walking
done.
away from the show.
Do you
That
want to
that
know the only way that relationship will be restored and it will never, again, that's another relationship that will never recover
if Louis'
completely.
done and Melissa's done,
If one of them like had a serious accident or something,
maybe.
that
Yeah.
would be it. If like little Joey Gorga. Oh, you know, it was so funny. I posted this on our Instagram this week too, is they've been playing all of the old New Jersey leading up to next week's premiere. And I'm going to tell you, so the first episode they played was the christening of and their debut of Joe and Melissa Gorga. And I'm going to tell you, that might be one of the greatest episodes in reality TV. The
Yeah.
christening of little Master Gorga with the father. I am your father. You are my
Of
father.
course.
And the all of the pieces, her sisters and Teresa and Kathy Wakili running around with the baby. Oh, it was so good. Little Adriana in the stroller. It was so good.
Because
And
it
you
was
know what I
real.
love? You want to know what I love the
Because it
most?
was real.
Yes, but you know what else I loved? I loved, can't even begin to tell you how much I enjoyed watching Joe Gorga's old nose and his shoe polish hair. It
Oh,
was
I like
so
more
good.
about Philomena Giudice cracking Melissa's sister in the face.
It was so good.
But
Do
let's
you
get
remember
back
that
on
time?
task.
No, I know, but I just want to say, do you remember that time in Jersey when they got in a fight and Joe Judice, Juicy Joe, had black stuff all over him? He's like,
Oh yeah.
it's Gorga's hair.
Oh, they had just gotten into a fight. He's like, what the fuck is this shit all over me? What's this shit all over me?
I know. And it was Joe Gorga used to put shoe polish on his hair, so you didn't know he was bald. He used to like spray it in.
It's
So,
smart when you're on
good.
TV. Not when you're fighting on TV.
Don't you come out one day with hair, with spray on hair. I mean, Ariana does need to move on because you don't want to get stuck at where she is. Oh, and did you notice a little crossover with that Heather McDonald? She's
wasn't really a
housewife.
crossover.
She's a friend with all of the housewives.
No, I don't think so, really. She's just really good friends with Lala. Like, they're very close friends.
And Jeff Lewis and Tamra Judd, and we're going to look her up as we move forward in this year. I had a problem.
Her name's
with
Tamra Judge, by the way.
Did I just call her Tamra Judd?
She's not Ashley Judd.
or the other ones, the Judd sisters. Oh, the Judds. It was not the Judge sisters. Anyways, why did Brock refer to Summer Moon as booked with your mother? I mean, it was just weird. It just kind of that was a breaking of a wall in a way of how they call things in their life. Oh, I'm booked to do this. I'm booked to do that. I'm booked to do this. We're booked to go to San Fran.
I think that's
your daughter
more,
is booked with her grandma.
I think that might be an Australian thing, maybe.
Oh, I don't know about that.
That seemed way too. I don't know someone that says that. It must much more be a cultural thing.
I thought it was weird the way he said Summer
Don't you think
Moon
it's weird when someone says I'm going to the John?
The what?
Yeah, like the British, they say I'm going to the John instead of the bathroom.
Oh, the John.
It's a cultural
I thought
thing.
they called it as a head.
Whatever, but they that's what I think it is. If he was American, I'd say that's weird.
Okay, Dan, tell me what you think of Dan.
I think he's beyond peaceful, normal, and he's like a normal human being that shouldn't be on a reality show.
Agreed. Is Dan hot?
I mean, yeah, of course he is. Like,
oh, okay. All right. I wanted to know, is Dan hot? Should Ariana be worried to have Lala around Dan?
No, but that.
Oh, please. She was eyeing him. Ooh, you got a good bod. Ooh, oh, yeah. No, I'm going to tell you, Ariana, Lala had her sights on Dan.
No, if you have sights on someone, you don't say it out loud to your friend.
Listen, her eyes were all over that man.
Wait, so she can't say that he has a nice body when he walks out in a towel with his,
I'm going to guess right now that Lala is maybe on hormones to ovulate, to get pregnant. And every man, because she's even nice to Schwartz.
What did you take this afternoon?
I didn't take anything, a nap. I went to
He's on TV. She says she's soft.
Oh.
She's not looking for drama. She sees herself as the peacekeeper. And this is
I don't know. I thought I'm just going to tell you, I thought she was oogling Dan.
I don't think so whatsoever.
I saw it. I'm a woman and I saw her oogling Dan. She was
really?
watching him with
I
the
think
hair
that Dan
and the shirt, and she's like, "Ooh, you work out."
Let me tell you something.
Randall was her last guy.
Tell me how many Asian men have a body like that.
Well, I don't know. I don't go around.
Because society tells us that most Asian men are very skinny and that they're not masculine. That's a misconception. And I think that was her just living what she knew out loud. Guaranteed.
Oh, okay.
Guaranteed.
All right.
I don't think she did it on purpose by any means. I think that she truly hadn't, like, I just think Lala is, I mean, he's not white. Like he is
Asian.
He's Asian. And no, but what I'm saying though, he has like the long hair was really threw me off. Like I think there was
when the hair came down, I didn't know it was gonna go to his butt.
I don't think there was any like I don't even think she was judging him by any means. I think she wasn't expecting him to look like that without a shirt on. I think there was a level of surprise there.
Now I thought she was oogling him.
Because he's not a muscular guy that is like jacked.
No, he's not, but he's
ripped.
He's just ripped. Yeah.
He's ripped. So it's a different kind of like fit where you can't always tell with clothes on.
Okay, so
because
when
like
she saw
baggy
him,
clothes,
she's
whereas
like,
like
"Ooh."
with big arms, it's hard to not tell if you have clothes on or you don't. But like if he had a hoodie on, you wouldn't know that he has an 8-pack.
Do you want to hear a funny story?
No, we don't have time.
Okay, all right. I was going to tell a story about my mother, your grandmother.
Well, we
Now
always
you're
have time for her
curious, aren't you?
stories. Yeah, we always have time for her story.
So my mom and I used to go to the same chiropractor. Okay. And so one day, your grandmother used to go to the local boys club to swim in the pool when she was Esther Williams, you know? You
This is
have
also
to,
before they had really gyms.
yeah, no. This is like 30 years ago. And so this is when we both went to a chiropractor together. And
Not
so
at the Y.
it was like a Y, but it was called it's similar
Oh, okay.
to
I
a
thought you.
Y. So like a Y. So they had
Yeah, I get
open
it.
swim. And
Okay.
your grandmother would go with her little noodle and she'd kick to get exercise, you know. And she saw the chiropractor there and he was in a little Speedo because he used to do all of his laps, like 50 laps a day or whatever. And she called me and she goes, "Oh, I saw the chiropractor. Oh, his body is so nice. It's all ripped and ooh, he's in shape." And I can never
Something
look
that
at him.
checks out.
Yeah. So that's the Dan moment. Again, a thin guy who's always like dressed in a lab coat type of thing. And then
Yeah,
when she saw him with his little Speedo on, it was like, whoa, what's under there? So maybe that's what Lala had for the reaction.
I think so. I totally think
That
so.
could
I
be it.
mean,
That could
yeah.
be it. Maybe she was surprised. I wish they filmed more of the airport because I have a feeling the airport was more interesting than most of this episode. But there was a lot in this episode. But the best part was the boat ride from hell.
Oh,
That looked severe. And I've been to Alcatraz. It's quite
I
interesting,
have
you know.
to. A couple
Yeah.
times.
And I just kept on thinking to myself, these waves are intense here. But they couldn't have been that bad. There was a guy out windsurfing in the middle of it.
Yeah, I mean,
Think
it
about
just
it.
seemed
I mean, it might have been exaggerated a little bit. There might have been some creative editing there.
maybe, or they're trying to copy Roni.
Oh, I mean, that was forever. I mean, though they legitimately almost died. This seemed like it was like a little, they went through a wave,
Yeah,
somebody else's wake or something
I'm
like
ready
that.
for
I
the
thought that
season
was
to
crazy.
end.
Yeah, me too. Yeah,
I
I
miss the
felt that way.
housewives.
I miss the housewives, and the housewives are coming on this week. And you know what? I know this isn't, we'll be going to be next week. We're going to talk
Jersey,
about
thank
Jersey.
God.
And you know what I think? I think I know Margaret Joseph's new tagline, or what it should be.
All of the taglines are out.
I know, but you know what Margaret's should be?
What?
While you're all doing giving cheap shots, I'm taking Ozempic shots.
Oh, that's so great.
Wouldn't that be good? I
Yeah.
love that.
I love
While you're
Teresa's
all
tagline.
taking cheap shots, somebody's burned a bridge. Who's that, Melissa?
Yeah, Melissa's, but Teresa's is amazing.
What is it?
It's like you can keep trying to bring me down, but this tree, it grows and
Oh,
grows.
it grows and grows. But Margaret's should be, while you're all taking cheap shots, I'm taking
taking a
Ozempic
Yeah, no, I think
shots.
it should just be Ozempic.
No, well, Ozempic shots. It's the truth. What is gray rocking before we wrap?
I didn't really fully understand, but they explained it, didn't they?
No, they just said, so before we end, we have to find out what gray rocking is.
Don't
Hey,
ask
Siri.
Siri. Don't ask Siri.
Okay.
That's
All
so
right.
annoying.
All
Like,
right. Be
can't you just
quiet.
pull out Google?
I'm going to Google it right now. Okay. What is, well, I'm
It's a
just going to,
technique used to divert a toxic person's behavior by acting as unresponsive as possible when you're interacting with them. You and I are really good at that.
what do you mean just cancel, like just forgetting they exist?
It's
Just
actually
like
what you've said when you're
when
the
the
opposite of
opposite of
love.
love is indifference, not
Yep.
hate.
And in order to be indifferent, you pretty much, if you have to be around the person, you have to gray rock them.
Oh, okay. Oh, I do that a lot.
I know, you're an
I
expert.
do. I'm really good at that. I might have
Your
invented
tagline
that.
should be gray rocking expert and thought leader.
Yes, who doesn't give a F. Thought to myself, this episode's coming to a close. The party was cool. They all looked good. Joe makes her return. That was weird at the at the Sandoval. I would love to go see Sandoval live. Love. If Sandoval's coming to Boston, please let us know. I want front row seats. Nothing will ever be as good as Countess Luann, but I would like to see Tom.
Yeah, I actually will tell you this. If Tom and Scheana are actually friends again, they should go on tour together.
Yeah, they should. And
they would
she
actually
can sing
probably sell
ABBA.
out small theaters.
Oh, easy.
Do a couple
Yeah.
covers where they cross over together. Like, they should make a parody act. We're giving away a free idea, but here we go. You guys should go on a show together. It highlights you both, and you guys could even have some crossover songs that are like as simple as like maybe like Scheana brings up like "Don't Break the Girl Code," and then Tom comes out with "I kissed a girl and I liked it." Delusional, Bambi.
I love when he wears
Cal.
his candy necklace.
Yeah.
I do. I was ready. I mean, next week is the season finale.
Thank
And
God.
then we have a week or two of
Next week's a great week.
next
We
week
got
Jersey
We got your
opens.
grandson's birthday.
Yeah, he's got to be 2.
We got Jersey premiere,
Yes.
and we got and I said, weird as this is, I believe there's been so much production this season of Vanderpump.
So much
We have seen
production.
avoiding so much interaction between people that truly hate each other
Yes.
that I just can't wait for them all to be on couches with Andy.
But I will say at the last scene, they all did bring it. They all looked great.
Yeah.
Go into that 50s or 20s or whatever decade it was.
Tom looked
I'm
good.
over. Tom looked good. They
And
all looked
Ariana
good.
couldn't even like say anything because she was like,
Yeah, he does look good. And they got the same
well, like he played
matching
the part.
shoes.
And it's
Yeah.
like, I also think that we saw a little bit, Ariana looked a little like it looked like she was more comfortable, and maybe that's because
She had her man.
I
And
mean, I
so
can
she
only
feels
imagine
like-
how it is for her when she's like, I have to film with my ex and like my boyfriend's in New York. Like that sucks. So
Yeah.
maybe a different Ariana when Dan is relatively around. And I also think that Dan, you can seems to think I seem to feel this way. And also when we saw the spoiler of like who gets into the fight at the finale, it's
Right.
not Dan.
No.
And that checks out now. At first, I was like, why isn't he getting into a fight? But he's too zen to get into a fight. He works out all day long.
Like
He's
he
a
said,
trainer.
Tom didn't do anything to me.
But he knows what he did to Ariana, so he's not gonna like converse with him, but he's also not gonna meet him with like anger of like,
No,
I
he
hate
didn't
you,
do
get away
anything
from
to
me.
him.
He
Yeah,
just doesn't
quite
want to
the
talk to
opposite.
him.
If he enjoys the company of Ariana, he's happy it happened.
I think that if I was him, I would say that to Tom. I'd be like, listen, I don't hate you because you gave me the best thing I've ever received.
Yeah, that would be good. But they're not filming, so who knows when they'll be back. So we better enjoy the next episode.
Yeah, well,
because you never
anywho.
know. Bravo does weird things. Follow us on Instagram at Aunt and Andrew, especially as we get into this weekend with Jersey, and watch all the old jerseys if you can, because it's Bravo nonstop Jersey, Jersey, Jersey. I
Yes.
love it.
And
I
pay
love it
attention
so
to our
much.
social media on Saturday. Maybe Aunt and I will throw a couple funnies towards you because we'll be together. So
we'll be
maybe
together.
and we're at a birthday party, so maybe we can we'll do a couple parodies for you guys of birthday parties from Bravo seasons gone bad.
Oh, do I get
and
to sing the Gia song?
maybe we could do that. Maybe I'll write a reprise for your or like I'll do like a parody of that for your grandson.
What
and
was
I'll
the
sing it
best?
for
We'll
him.
have to talk about that next time. What was the best birthday party of Bravo history?
Yeah, we've always said we want to do these best ofs, and we
Yeah.
probably could. We probably
could.
should. But I'm gonna work on writing a few lines. I'm not gonna say your grandson's name, but you can only imagine me being like, "Dearest," and then his name, and I'll sing a song. I'll put it all together. I'll make it fun.
That will
like,
be fun. That sounds like good. All
the
right,
best
guys.
part is that Aunt's daughter won't understand. So Aunt and I,
She'll be
she
clueless.
used to watch Bravo, not really anymore. She's too
No,
busy.
she's too
But
busy.
we are busy too. We just make time for our shows.
Because we
Love
love
you
'em.
guys. Talk
Bye.
soon. Bye.